Hi, hello. Wait, is my mic working okay? I know no one's here yet. I might just like wait a few seconds because I okay, my mic is working. I need to like wait for a few people to get here just for fun's sake. Either way, if you're watching this from the future, hi, hello. Nice to do this again. For the third time, unfortunately. I'll explain it a little bit more in a second. Waiting for my freaking friends. I like doing this better when my friends are here, just 'cause like it's I don't know, it's more fun that way. It's more fun actually having someone to talk to than just like archiving it for someone else to see in the future. By the way, Duck, if you don't join this stream right now, I'm gonna get you. Like, I'm gonna start talking about streaming right now. Oh, it's weird watching it on my phone. Okay, 1 second. My stupid chud life is gonna begin in just a few seconds. Alright, I might just start anyway. No one has joined yet. Oh wait, that's me. Sorry, I'm looking at this from my phone. I should just get started. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna get started, and I'm not really gonna wait for anyone else to show up. I'm just gonna keep my phone to the side and keep an eye on tabs and stuff. Oh crap, I kept one of the tags at first playthrough. That's from my last stream. Anyways, hi people in the future, welcome. This is the third time I'm doing a separate stream for game design because I, number one, accidentally turned off Streamlabs the first time. And then, because I'm not affiliate, stupid Chud Twitch decided to get rid of my video when I was not ready to upload it to YouTube or to Schoology. So that's my stupid Chud life. I'm really sorry that I have to do this right now, but I'm glad to be back because now I can do a lot of things right and actually do this in one try. All right. Also, if anyone does join, please let me know if my audio is working. I just turned on Black Hole, which, by the way, I want to talk a little bit about streaming in this stream because a friend asked me to. So, if you have a MacBook, you're going to need to do some special stuff. Like, 1 second, I just need to move this. You're going to need to go into audio and you're going to need to go to output devices and set up a multi-output device for both your external headphones and for Black Hole 2CH. That's just what you're going to need to do. Sincerest apologies. My stupid Chud Mac is just like that. Stupid Baka life. And that's just like what you need to do. I don't remember the logistics of it, but you just need to. Okay, it's gone. You just need to learn how to do that. And then you need to set it up here and probably get your mic going down here. And then you can like add stuff to the side of Streamlabs. And I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. I'm just going to leave it to the side so I don't accidentally delete it again. So I think that's just going in the background. Anyways, we're here for game design. I put on a playlist for you guys or anyone watching. This account has just like the nicest playlist. I love them so much. You should really check them out. And also this one, it's really good. So, either way, I'm in a game design class and we made a lot of stuff this year and I have to redo the stream again. So I'm prepared to show a bit of what we did. Keep in mind, I do not know anything about coding, programming, etc. at all. This is just like basic stuff that you can kind of find in near to all game design software. So we do like really simple stuff in class, to be honest. Like we do not streams. We do games that are set up by like Construct 3. Like Construct 3 sets up a set of tutorials for people to follow, and then we just followed those tutorials in class. So I think the first one we made was this one. So this is called Spellcaster, or so Construct 3 wanted to call it. It's a really simple game. There's no sound effects or anything, and honestly, I forgot how to play again, even though I already did. I've wait, browser I've blocked before. Oh my god, bro. Oh wait, it's working. Okay, never mind then. So so while I try to refigure out how this works, basically what you have to do is yeah, just shoot all the goblins in the area. And you do that by, I believe, left clicking. I think you move around by right clicking. I don't know why this is showing up, because the pop-ups are working fine. Wait, how do I move? I'm gonna be so for real, I forgot. Hold on. 1 second. Wait, keyboard. Wait, is it keyboard? Oh, it's arrow keys. It's arrow keys, my bad. So you move around with the arrow keys and use the left click to actually fire things on here. It's not a complex game, it's literally like the first thing we made in class. These are all just PNGs, there's no actual animation going on here, it's just like one set image. And this score is supposed to update every time you get something on here. So if I don't die in one try, I can actually show you guys that. Wait. I guess we're not seeing that, but trust it does work. Because I gotta move on. So there are certain tabs you can go to when it comes to this kind of stuff. We're gonna get into Game Maker stuff, and that has the same thing going on too. So, oh wait, this is the start page. So this is like your layout, and this is your event sheet. Game Maker has something similar, and we will get into that. It basically is like the same thing. So the layout is basically everything going on the screen right now. Like this is the game's like window shopping, and this is the inside of the shop, for lack of a better allegory. So this is like a side scroller kind of thing. Like the camera is supposed to follow the player over here wherever the player goes, and this dotted line here represents that camera, and it like centers on the player and follows it around the whole screen. I didn't get a chance to show that off because I had a skill issue and I kept dying to literal PNGs. So, okay, what's actually happening here? So, event sheet. Um, Construct 3 works more in event sheets, and Game Maker works more in like closer to actual coding and stuff like that. You kind of want to go by like priorities down on here, like set the angle towards the mouse is more important than goblin on collision with player, and that's how it goes in Construct 3 at least. This is a global number. It's a global variable, and it essentially gets updated every tick, like set text to score. Every tick is, I don't know, I keep forgetting how to explain a tick, but it's basically like every time the computer updates itself, essentially. Like every, like micro update, I suppose. The player is set towards the mouse X or mouse Y, which means like every time the computer like checks itself, it's going towards where my mouse was on there. And yeah, that's basically how that works on here. And going more down, it's like a lot of if then stuff, like if mouse button on left clicked, spawn fire on layer 0 on this certain image point. And an image point is a part you can add to a sprite. Like the player character has an image point on the right hand, and because of that, it's going to look like it's coming out of the right hand. What are other things on here? Right, this sets angle towards player. And this one was super easy. It was just like follow basic instructions. It was like a good introduction to how Construct worked at first. Everything starts out as an object with not many things going. Oh, right. Here's what happens when you open up the sprites. And you can set up image points with here. You can set up them with this one. So if I like added one right here, then like a fire thing would come out of here. And I think that's really cool. You can add animations if you have like a sprites, what's the word? Sheet. Sprite sheet. You can also add, all of this is going to build on each other. This is like probably longer than the other ones are going to be. I'm just introducing it. These are behaviors, like, actually wait, I'll get into behaviors later. But either way, this was really easy, and I like this one, but I liked other ones more because they were more challenging. So, wait, let me just go back. Alright, so the next one we did, it was literally just Pong. Like, we literally just made Pong, if I can get it going. 1 second, please. Okay, got it. This one is literally just Pong. Like, I don't know. Okay, my stupid Mac mouse doesn't have a right click button, so I can't, like, move it around the screen. But essentially, there's a player over here and there's a player over here. And this is the image I pulled from the internet, and we literally just made Pong, which is actually meant to be played with 2 people at the same computer. Like, player 1 uses WASD, and player 2 uses the arrow keys, and so we're just Pong. Like, you have to get the ball to here. So eventually, it introduced more to behaviors. If I can find the behaviors. Wait, whoops, my bad. So let's see. Behaviors. um, are they essentially you just like add them to objects to make them make them do stuff. Like if I have an object that's like a square and I want it to be a platform or a solid object, I would add the behavior of it being a platform or a solid object. And it just like it automatically knows what that means in this. I don't think GameMaker has them, but Construct 3 does. Like for 8 direction, it enables this to be moved in all 8 directions, and when this is down, it would simulate the 8 direction behavior pressing up. And you can set the directions to be up and down. It doesn't have to be all 8. But yeah, I thought this one was more fun just because it actually requires some challenge, and like you could do it with other people, and then you would like set the random angle. This doesn't mean anything. I'm gonna try to play against myself. So my left hand is yellow. Wait, no, I'm wrong. my my left hand is pink and my right hand is yellow, and I lost to myself because I wasn't focused. Let's do that one more time. Bonk. And yeah, it's fun. I liked pulling the random image off of Google. You could probably find this exact one. Reminds me of the Sing and Deltarune when Silk Almond Milk showed up, and I'm like, dang, that's. I thought that was really funny. That's a really underrated moment, in my opinion. I'm getting ahead of myself though. I've been thinking about Deltarune a lot. Anyway, this was a lot easier. I liked it more. Not much else to say really, because I have another one to move on to. So let's see. The last one we made was this. I can't find it. It was this other Construct 3 made one, and it's Flip the Robot Monkey. That's what Construct 3 called it. This one's a lot longer than the previous ones were. Let me just show it up. So you basically you play as Flip. You know, wait, you're a robot monkey, and it's a platformer, and you have to get to the other side of the screen. I didn't actually set up like, hang on one second. What's the space? Oh, that's what the space button does. We didn't actually set up a system where you could get harmed by attacking enemies in kind of way, but I'm moving with my right hand with the arrow keys right now, and the space button lets you fire this like coconut gun thing, and it stuns enemies. And a really cool feature, there's actually like an invisible object right here that's meant to be a barrier so that this object right here, this guy, does not fall off. And I thought, like, that's a pretty interesting way of doing that. So these are platforms. They do have that aforementioned, like, platform behavior to them. And I really like that. And yeah, basically, you just got to get to the end of the level. There were actually more instructions added onto it, but because we have the demo version of Construct 3, they only allow you a certain number of things to do in the event sheet. And this is essentially the coding of Construct 3, so they only allow you to code for a certain period of time before you get to, like... Oh, I'm not logged in. Oh, excuse me. It's, like, kind of late at night. I'm not logged in, so there's less events than usual. I think you gotta, like, pay for stuff. It's okay. Either way, this actually has, like, domains in it. And this is my first time seeing domains, and I thought, like, dang, that's pretty useful. We should just like use that for everything. So yeah, it sets up these domains for like animations, controls, actions, and collisions. What else we got here? Right, everything's got like a hierarchy thing from top down. System on start, set animation to default, and this one actually has like sprite sheets to it. And I thought that was really interesting. It was a little confusing separating the sprite sheets just because I thought, like, what do they want me to do? Because I was following, like, a different set of instructions from... Because the thing with, like, game systems, stuff develops, like, constantly. Like, there's always new definitions for stuff, and you kind of got to be, like, on top of those new definitions. Like, I don't know. It's weird, and I'm quite tired actually. So I was thinking about doing a stream after this, like maybe playing Ultra Kill or something like that. But I am really tired, and I have to wake up early tomorrow. So, oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, um, this one actually had different animations set to it. If I like go into Flip, right, you can set different animations. This one was based on a sprite sheet. I think they all were. And I thought that was interesting. Most of those are just one. Origin, that is basically like... I'll try to explain origin. But this one does have an image point, and that is where another sprite of that coconut comes out. Oh my goodness gracious, I am so tired. Oh right, I forgot to show one thing. There's actually like a super jump thing in this, which I am so confused on because I still don't know how it works. You like, do you like hold down? You like hold down and then you hold up while you're not moving? Construct 3, honestly, they had a really weird way of explaining that I don't particularly enjoy. Do I have to like do this? I honestly don't know. There is a super jump here, but the instructions were so confusing that I still don't entirely understand how to do it. Like, where is it? When keyboard is down, platform's on floor. Add 5 to jump boost. Set jump boost to 0 when the platform is moving, so you can only do that jump when you're not moving. And I guess it's supposed to make things harder. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm like tearing up. Dang. Sorry, I have been just like my midterms are coming up, so I'm like I'm so screwed. I have to prepare for my serve safe manager exam. I'm like why the heck did I do that? Anyways, other things going on here. Oh right, this one has a bullet behavior. Like it's just gonna go like straight out. Um, but you have to specifically set it to 180 degrees, or else it'll pretty much like go in any direction. Um, and I thought that was interesting. What else is here? Right. We added a stun time. There's the edge marker I mentioned. The like invisible. Where is it? This is the invisible thing that stops this enemy from walking off the side. And I don't know. I think that was like the most interesting part about that for me, just because I thought like, oh, I just thought like you would set it to be like at a certain point they would turn around, but no, I guess that's not the case. I guess you actually gotta like set that kind of stuff. Then I have collisions. Oh my days, bro. My stupid chud stream. I'm so tired, bro. Anyway, on collision with platform or destroy. I don't know. Like, this one was more interesting based on like. Am I more into the mechanics of everything? But I'm gonna be honest. I liked my one game maker one better just because it was more like what's the word? Stimulating of like what an actual what are these warnings? Wait, hang on. I need to see if this works. Okay, it works. This one actually has noise to it. Oh, you can kind of hear it if my audio is working. It's okay. It's not bad. It's pretty okay. Either way, I liked the Game Maker section of our whole thing a lot more, just because it seemed to be closer to how games are actually like made. No hate to Construct 3. I'm sure they're a quite fine company or group of people, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be hard for games to be made with Construct 3. Like you need something with a little more sophistication, and I really liked that about Game Maker, especially in like the workspace. So, like Construct 3, um, this has different tabs. It's supposed to show the menu. I'm not sure where it went. Where did it go? Wait, where the heck did it go? Wait. Well, okay, here it is. This is supposed to show the main menu that just showed up with the start button, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure where that went. Either way, it still works fine. Nothing changed. So this is the workspace. It's basically like the event sheet for the Construct 3 stuff, but I'm just gonna quickly show the game. So this is another like game set up by Game Maker slash one set up by Construct 3. This is called Blaster Faster, and it's like it. Wait, hold on. Right, I move around with the right click button. There's a lot of. It's kind of loud. Sorry. And I use the left click button to shoot. And it's got a cool design. And yeah, the main goal is to just get as many enemies as you can and not die. This is the health up here. More of them are supposed to spawn in faster. And one other thing about this is that there is a score, there is like a global variable for all of that that is being updated every once in a while in the background. But for some reason, none of us could find this out. There's just like no way to show the score. Like there is code in what we programmed for there to be a score that shows up here, and there's supposed to be one in the menu for showing a high score, but for some reason we just like never figured out how that happened. And I don't think we will ever figure it out because the freaking semester's ending and I gotta switch to a different class because they're not running game design too, which sucks actually. I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. One other thing that was actually kind of confusing about this, there was actually supposed to be a screen shake for every time. I don't know if it's every time you get hit or every time you hit an enemy. Either way, there was supposed to be a screen shake, and that's not here anymore. And no one ever found out why, and I think that's incredibly funny. Do I explode when I die? I do. And yeah, that's the main premise of that. Let me just check. How long have we been going for? 21 minutes. That's a pretty good time. All right. Let's see a second to catch myself. Sorry, I was like busy thinking about stuff we do in game design class. I gotta like finish this level of Do X, which is so crazy. I'll be able to finish it in class on like Tuesday. But the thing about Tuesday is like it's gonna be like negative 10 degrees or whatever. Like I hope they close school, but also like guys, I gotta finish Do X. Either way, these sprites were just randomly set. This is a main workspace going on here. Oh my goodness gracious, excuse me. I'm not as funny this one. I don't know if I was ever funny in my streams, but either way I'm quite tired, so it's hard to be witty. So, in this, you do all of your stuff in workspace, and the objects, they start out as sprites. Objects and sprites are, no, that's scripts. Objects and sprites, no, that's scripts again. Objects and sprites are different things in GameMaker. Sprites do not do anything. You have to actively create an object, and then I'll just use this one for example. You have to actively like create object, name object, and put a sprite in here. If you put a sprite in workspace, it's not going to do anything. So you actually have to do that. And let me think of a way to explain this. Hmm. So, starting off here. Sorry, my brain is totally going blank. These sprites don't do anything. Oh, right. Here's one thing that I learned in class. See how like everything under objects is O, everything under rooms is R. That's apparently a really common thing to see in the actual world of game design because you may not be working with people who speak the same language as you. So you kind of not only have to differentiate and separate words like enemy space ship space two, you also have to like kind of clearly mark what kind of thing this is. Like I mark it with a capital O just to like make sure like this is an object. So what we would do to code this would be, sorry, just gotta like think for a second. It's more traditional. It's a more traditional style of coding. I don't know what kind of coding language this is. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's JavaScript. I actually don't know. Oh, I just figured out how my mouse worked. Yay! Actually don't know. It was definitely harder to work with because we were following videos from this one guy and he worked at a pretty fast pace, but I work at a pretty fast pace too. So I thought it was fun actually being challenged and like because even the slightest typo here can like totally mess you up and make everything just like totally shut down, which is why I like, where's the feather? Compile errors, feather messages. You can see your feather messages up here. Like if I mess up, hold on. If I take this away, it's gonna show an error for a missing bracket. Wait, where is it on my, I forgot where it was on my keyboard. Here it is. And then the error is fixed. So when coding like this, you have to be really careful about what you type. And also to put a semicolon at the end. So the code of this game is a lot more complicated, and honestly, I find it quite hard to explain. But I can do like a few things. So step events, they kind of do like basic stuff essentially. Like let me go to here. Right, we actually have a UI in this one. I forgot about that. This UI helps with a few things. It sets the score and the global high score. This is the user interface. It draws the room, draws the sprites, draw text. This is essentially what opens the game. Also, the order of operations in here also matters too, because like when you have rooms for like menu space, the one above and with the home sign is going to be the one that is first seen when you open the game. And I think that's pretty cool. What else is there? There's still no one in chat. It's lonely. It's quite lonely in here. It's okay though. I'm sure people will enjoy this afterward. Besides, I gotta show my friend how to stream things. Let's see, how do I explain stuff? Oh, right. Again, it's really hard to explain this, I suppose. You can see like a few things like if thrust, motion add, image angle. Let's see. What are some overall, this was definitely the most challenging part about the whole thing, but I did appreciate having that challenge because I think it's preparing me for when I actually start coding and like learning coding languages, which I intend to do for the record. One interesting thing that GameMaker has that Construct 3 doesn't are parents. Parents are basically objects that when they have children, they offer their traits to those children. Like, for example, what's a good example actually? Right, here's a good one. So, this thing for bounce off object, it would be kind of a hassle or maybe a little disorganizing to apply this to just the player ship. Because, like, what if you apply it to all of them, but then, oh no, it turns out you forgot to do it to one. So, a ship parent just allows these children to have this trait all automatically. And you can break away from this by pressing this button right here. You don't have to exactly follow the ship parents. It's just for organization's sake. I appreciate how organized GameMaker is. I quite like that. And one other cool thing that GameMaker has that Construct 3 doesn't is scripts. And scripts are basically... Wait, let me find one with a script real quick, actually. Do I have any scripts in here? Instance destroy. Is hit enemy a good one? It's right here. It's simple enough. So, this is a script. So you may be thinking like, there's no code here. What's going on? Well, once upon a time, this laser used to have in this event section all of the code in here. And it's kind of the same as parent functions. Parent functions, what? It's kind of the same as parents for like, it's for organization's sake and it makes things easier to apply. And more clearly, like, what does this code do? Like, genuinely. So this is a hit enemy code. It has all of the code needed for something to hit an enemy, and what happens when it does hit an enemy, it subtracts armor, and it plays a sound. This is applied to both, I believe, the enemy laser and this laser, and it's just easier to have all of this sorted together in just one thing that's like hit enemy. And that's basically what all these scripts are for. Where? I'm lost. Where is it? Oh, I accidentally started editing the title. Like bounce off screenage, I forgot exactly what this goes to. But yeah, it's a lot more organized to just have all of this stuff in one spot rather than like have to worry about like what needs what. Like you might as well just like prepare the code beforehand and just apply it to whatever you need to. And also it tells you like exactly what's going on. And I'm like, oh, thank you. That's very useful. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? That's pretty much it. I quite like this one the best. And also, when you're coding, learned you have to be extremely careful with both capital letters, typos, semicolons, and brackets. Like, because like even one typo or even just saying, don't disrespect capitalized letters. Like, oh, I forgot to silence my notifications before this. I hope no one texts me. So, for making a script in GameMaker, it's always important that you have the function and then this bracket and then these brackets. Like these brackets are super important. And your thing will stop working if you don't add one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I particularly like the Maker the best just because it was so challenging. And it was my favorite experience all the while. I have a few minutes to talk about whatever. I'm around like half an hour. So I thought I could take a few seconds to talk about like actually streaming. Um, Specifically how I stream on Twitch because my friend asked me. Let's see. Let me go to. Okay. So, Duck, if you're watching this, listen closely. So, what you're gonna need a streaming thing. I use Streamlabs Desktop because that's what my teacher recommended to me. There are certain things you can add to Streamlabs Desktop, like certain, like, for lack of a better term, widgets. Yeah, widgets are down here. You can add the stream chat on the back here. And that's just like the basic stuff. You need, this is your scene. This is your main scene. And if you have multiple scenes, you're basically setting up stuff on multiple computers. But because I'm abnormal and I don't have multiple computers, I just use this one. And I look at the chat on my phone, which is right next to me. I would recommend searching up tutorials for how to work on all this stuff, but I did mention before about the audio capture. What are these? This is my window. You do need to like add like your microphone, your window, all that different stuff. And if you're on Mac, you should probably get Black Hole too. That helps with your multi-output device by connecting both your external headphone and your computer. And that's why on my last stream, I kept talking about Ultra Kill, saying like, God, the soundtrack is so good. Like, Jesus, it's so good. And no one could hear me. And everyone was saying like, where's your audio? And I'm like, what do you mean? You guys can hear my voice right now. I was playing Silk Song music for my last stream, and no one could hear it. It's my stupid chud life. Anyway, I also think it's fun when you do this. Also, you're going to need to set this up with your Twitch account. Twitch account. Let me like search it up for you. Twitch. I don't watch anyone on here, so this is like really not curated. I saw Queso playing Buckshot Roulette though. That's like all I saw. Creator Dashboard has basically all the stuff you need. Um, oh my gosh, hello! I'm so sorry to say this. This is like the end of the stream. I'm just like teaching some basics on like streaming stuff. I'm sorry, this is the end of the stream. But then again, you've pretty much seen all of this stuff before, so it's no biggie. Either way, when you're affiliate, apparently you're allowed to have your videos stored for longer, which is so dumb. But I'm not an affiliate, which is fine. That's totally fine. You're probably gonna need to work out Streamlabs stuff here. Oh, hey! Gee Willikers, yes. Hello! I forgot that you could see stuff here. It's okay, don't worry about it, King. Let's see, where do you need to go to, like, store things? Either way, Delk, if you're watching this, I would just recommend going to Streamlabs Desktop, and you could basically figure it out from there. Oh, you can't really figure it out from there. Where would you go for, like, what's a bitrate? I don't know what that is. Huh? That's fine. That's fine. I don't particularly know what that is. Where do you go from here? Whoa, I can hear myself. That's freaky. There is like a setting on here you can go to that allows you to store your past streams, which was useful for me. Although when you're done streaming and like it's staying there, literally just like upload it to YouTube friggin' immediately. I forgot to turn my ad block back on. Okay. Just like upload it to YouTube immediately so you don't lose all your progress, because now no one is ever gonna know about the visual novel I streamed, and no one's ever gonna know about me partying it up with people. Tis a shame, tis a shame. But yeah, that is basically the end of the stream. I actually don't know how to explain much in terms of streaming stuff, to be honest here. But yeah, Things are always harder if you have a Mac, and I have learned this from literally doing anything. It's so inconvenient. But yeah, to be honest, I don't really have much to say on that regard. I thought I would. I thought it would just come to me. But yeah, I really enjoyed my game design class this year. Hold on, my friend's texting me, and it's not good. I have to end it right now because they're texting me stuff that's personal. I have to go right now. Bye. Thank you so much for joining.